Oh, I don't hear you. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on.
Can you hear me? Yes? No? FaceTime camera. Audio. Can anyone hear me? Oh, there's no one even watching. Test, test, test.
Yeah, it should be good
Test,
now.
test, 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 test.
Can you hear me now?
Guys, welcome. Last minute show, 7 p.m. on Monday evening. I see Brian, friend.
I can hear
Says
you.
the show is live. We can hear you. Great. So it's just Brian you guys can't hear. That's awesome. That makes me feel so much better.
Wait, can you hear me?
Turn down one of your mics. Hold on, Brian. Now try. Sorry. How about now, Mark? How? Now?
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, shit. There we go. I had you turned all the way down.
Oh, nice. That's good. Welcome back.
Welcome. Jacqueline, Eric, Jacko, Salem, Nosh, Byron, Wendy, Jacqueline, Nash. Brian is good too. Awesome. You guys are great. John Young in the house. Boom. There he is.
How's everybody?
It's fucking amazing.
Hey, John.
What's up, Brian?
Doesn't look like we have Sousa, Brian. Today, guys, we are going to talk about how Brian and John's rankings, I think, have been maybe affected now that they have a little bit more intel in regards to the Rogue Invitational. Oh, no, sorry. Go ahead. Putting words in your mouth, right?
No, just we didn't really talk much about it. They announced the events, 6 of the 7 events for the Rogue Invitational, and the fact that there would be 7 events a little while ago. I recently got home from the gym and had several messages about it, and I said, you know what? Let's just do a show.
Just do a show. I was in the shower, and I just, working on my hygiene. I'm looking for the Rogue. I type in Rogue Fitness Instagram. And
you can also do it from their website.
A better screen.
You can get all the workouts on one screen on their website.
Okay, let's do this. Rogue Fitness. RogueFitness.com.
/invitational.
Can I get there from their site, or do I have to type that in?
Probably can get there from their site. I don't know how I got there.
/invitational. John, have you had a chance to look at them?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I'm going to share the screen now. Anything stand out at you, Brian, already? That, like, from just a quick look where you're like, oh, shit, oh, Nelly.
Yeah, very similar to the programming from 2 years ago, but also not that different from what was online. It's very, they in the past, I think it's been Chris Spieler and Josh Bridges who have primarily done the programming, and this year is Chris Spieler and Rich Froning. But I'm sure that Rogue, tells them, hey, we have some stuff that we want to use, so they have to work within those parameters. So they still get, to put on display some of the stuff that they've been working on. And so while we have very similar in terms of style, a long GoRuck event, just like they had in 2019, a heavy lifting event, that's no surprise there. They're repeating a workout from that year, the Mule, and then they have a chipper. They've had a chipper every year. Little sprinty workout, nasty thrusters and bike. They have some stuff that's not specified, like a hill run. We don't know how far that hill run is, or sandbags to the top of the hill. Presumably it's the same hill. They have something called a jerry can carry feed bag that they're using. Like I said, it's a new implement. So it's very Rogue wheelbarrow push.
Is Jerry similar to the dummy that they used?
A jerry can. I feel like I've seen a jerry can before.
Brian, I want to, before we dive into this, how is the event doing? Is this thing sold out? Is this thing going to be big? Is this thing worth the great Sevan paying attention? Because like what I'd like to do is watch this thing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just get addicted to it like crack, and then have you and Brian boost my YouTube following by having you guys on to talk about it.
Well, it's going to be good. I mean, these are very talented athletes. I think that several of them have been preparing for this as if it is, on par with the games. It is from a financial perspective. There's more opportunity, or as much.
12,000 people in the stadium. Did that sell out? Do we know?
They're still selling single day tickets, but I don't know if the people who have single day tickets will have a seat in the stadium or if they'll just be allowed into the venue and can watch on like big screens outside or something like that. I don't know, but they've sold a lot of tickets at a lot of different packages, and there's single day tickets still available last I saw.
Has anyone dropped out?
I don't think so. And it looks like, I've been trying to track on Instagram that all the international athletes, I don't know if I've seen anything from BKG, but it seems like the rest of them are in the U.S. or traveling there like today or tomorrow.
So no breaking news that something like has happened that would just really, really change your perspective on it.
No.
All right. Should we, do we want to look at the athletes really quick or just dig right into the events here?
We can talk about the events. John's been trying, he's identified a handful of athletes for each event that he thinks can excel. And then we can kind of, looking at that group of athletes that we think might do well in each workout, we can kind of see if maybe there's someone who we didn't think would do very well that might, or the other way around.
All right. Have you heard any of his picks yet?
I see all of them. Yeah.
Oh.
In the process of finishing them, and he's seeing them as I finish them.
I love it. Okay, let's do it. Let's look at event number 1, the GoRuck. And don't assume anything. I don't even know what this GoRuck thing is.
Right.
Is this the bag?
I'll explain the workout. John's still working on some of those things, so I'll explain the workout and then tell you kind of what I see. But they're wearing a 30 and 20 pound GoRuck vest throughout the workout. They have to do a wheelbarrow pull at the start of the workout. If anyone remembers back to the games when they had Happy Star and they had that log across the Zeus or the rig there, I think that it's gonna be something like this. We have to go over and under some kind of log like that 10 times. You have to climb a rope 5 times. You have to take 3 sandbags to the top of the hill. I don't know if the sandbags weigh 50 and 35 pounds. Don't know anything else about them. And then you do it all again. You climb the 5 ropes, do 10 over-unders on the log, and then push instead of pull the wheelbarrow to the finish line. And
What do you think about pulling a sled? What do you think about pulling stuff? Is that a good movement? Is that what you said? What did you say? You were pulling a sled?
They're gonna have to pull a wheelbarrow and then push a wheelbarrow. And
how do you pull a wheelbarrow?
Well, you could
backpedal.
There's a couple ways. It's unknown, but I would presume that you're holding the handles facing the wheelbarrow and you're moving backwards. And then when you have to go the other way, you move it the same direction, just pushing it forwards.
All right.
Are they allowed to turn around and run with it?
We don't know any of the specifics like that, I don't think.
Hey, where do you think this hill is going to be? This is an indoor event, right?
No, I think it's at the Dell Diamond baseball complex or something. They've got a big space there. I don't know too much about it, but it's cool. It's nice that they have a hill that they can use they're using it for 2 different workouts.
Interesting. I'm very curious if it's like a legitimate hill. Is it?
An athlete posted something with a hill in it. I forget who it is. I'm trying to find right now, and I'll see if I can get a picture for you.
Okay. If you, I don't know if you can screen share also, but either way, you could send me a link. Who wins this, Brian? This GoRuck in the women, and who wins this in the men?
Well, what I was going to say is, that they did have a similar event 2 years ago. That event, they were also wearing a 30 and 20 pound GoRuck. They also had to do rope climbs. They had to move sandbags over hay bales instead of moving themselves over a log, but there was some running involved, and they had to drag a bag to the finish. And they had to carry a bag. So there's definitely some similar implements. Not all of the athletes are returning, but 2 years ago, of the athletes who are here, the top 3 women were Tia, Annie, Katrin. Actually, we can just say Tia, Annie, Katrin, Kristen Holta, and Carrie Pierce. Obviously we can expect Tia to do well on pretty much anything at this point, but this is assuming the 5 rope climbs, depending on how high those ropes are, those could slow a couple women down. Other than that, this seems like grunt work and precision. I mean, I don't think you want to tip over the wheelbarrow, so I would expect the similar people to do well.
Do we know who tested these?
No.
Just curious.
And don't forget, they're wearing a 30-pound GoRuck too, so that's 10 rope climbs. That's going to take a toll. The last time they did this, it was only 2 rope climbs at a time. So whoever's the best rope climber, I think will gain significant time in that event.
Have you guys ever done a rope climb with a weight vest or this thing? What is this thing? This thing looks like a backpack.
The GoRuck. I've done some in the weight vest before. Never a GoRuck.
How is it bad?
No, I mean your muscles just get tired quicker. It feels the same as a regular rope climb. You just burn out. It's like a heavy double under rope, similar to that.
Interesting.
I've burn out quicker.
Part of me wants to be like, no big deal. It doesn't say they're legless, but I mean, what do I know? I've never done it. It must be something. Brian?
I've never done weighted rope climbs, but I think that if you're doing 5 with a weight vest on, it probably feels like doing, 8 or 10.
Okay. That's a good way to think about it.
Anyway, for the men, there, oh my gosh, I had the order of those finishes wrong for the women. It was Tia, Kristen Holta, and then third was, what the heck? Oh yeah, Sarah Sigmundsdóttir, who's not competing. And then fourth was Annie.
I was like, Annie wasn't.
She was third. Yeah, third amongst the women there.
No, you weren't, John. Don't lie.
Anyway, for the men, Cole Sager won that event. He also won the the battleground event at the games that had rope climbs with his weight vest on. And that was the obstacle course, but dragging that Randy figure across the turf. So he should do well on this. Vellner was second. I think he'll do well on this. Fraser was third that year. He's not competing, and fourth was Lucas Hoegberg, who's not competing.
But that dude's going to be there. Who's the stand-in for Fraser? The young kid with the mullet. Hey,
Justin should do well, and he'll do fine.
I was shitting on Cole Sager in the last show, saying he wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to show for this. But you say you're not going to be surprised if Cole wins this.
The first event? No. This is the type of event that he should do well on. Travis Mayer.
I don't think he will. I think it's a lot different than the first GoRuck.
What do you think he's going to struggle with?
I think the wheelbarrow and the wheelbarrow implement of it will play a lot bigger role. And we don't know running. Like, it doesn't say any kind of a distance as far as running goes. But the battleground and the GoRuck, the first one, was all running. Like, it was mostly running. And then like an obstacle course in between. This is like who can work the most. And I don't think Cole can work better than Vellner or Medeiros.
I would definitely agree. The wheelbarrow is a huge unknown. We don't know the distance. We don't know the weight. We don't know how likely it is to tip it over. So that's obviously an unknown factor for everyone. But I still think Cole is a top 5 in this workout.
Top 5, maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't say no to top 5.
Al, what do you mean it's blurry? You mean the screen's blurry? Like you can't see the writing? You can't see the writing? Is that what you mean? How's that? I mean, I made it bigger. Now it's just bigger and more blurry. So when you say about the running, are you talking about between the events? You're saying like how far you have to travel with this ruck is in question between the Zeus, the rope climbs, the sandbag. Oh, you're saying the run to the sandbag to the top of the hill. Is that what you're referencing, John? When you say we don't know how far they're going to run?
Yeah. If it's just running to the top of the hill, it's not like a normal run. And it's way less. Your legs are getting pumped. Like Fraser was always way better at everybody at running up hills on trails. And that's why he did so good in the trail run. He wasn't the fastest runner, but he was the best uphill. Like regular flat ground, Fraser was top 5, but he wasn't the best one. And that makes a big difference if it's running uphill or if it's just flat ground.
Oh, Fraser was the fastest, John. What are you talking about?
No, Roy Gamboa was.
Was he? He beat him in the sprint?
Yes, from the first heat.
Well, I more mean like distance running, but just flat ground. Not sprinting.
No, Sevan, what he's talking about is that in the previous 2 events I referenced where Cole won the event, there was a known large amount of running. significant amount of running. In this workout, we don't know the proximity between these things. We don't know how long that run is up the hill and back down. We don't know about the wheelbarrow. So there's definitely some unknown components. But this style of workout, I think, is generally good for Cole Sager.
Is Emma Carey in this event in Rogue Invitational?
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. How's Laura Horvath going to do in this?
She's going to kill it.
Is this the one she's going to beat Tia? Is this where we see the transfer of the title?
Like Cole Sager, she won the Battleground event. And I think she'll do very well on this. Yeah. I think Tia will win this workout and several of the other ones, but I think Laura will be right up there in the top 3 or 4 on this one.
La Femme Natal says, "Oh damn, the legends are only doing 3 events. Come on, man. I don't even know if Josh Everett can get out of bed without a cane anymore. What are you talking about? 3 events? Miko's got to be like 50, 60. By the way, Miko's going to be on the show soon. We'll ask him how old he is. What are your picks? So you guys agree? You guys are agreeing on the top 5 for the men: Cole, Vellner, Medeiros.
Oh, no, I don't agree with his top 5.
Oh, okay. Let's hear your top 5, John, and then we'll get the official
for the
Brian.
GoRuck. And a lot of this I'm just basing on, it just seems like more work than running, and we don't know how much running. So it could change if there's 800 meters in between every single thing. But I have Vellner winning it. I have Medeiros second. I got Jason Hopper third, BKG fourth, and then Cole Sager 5th.
Jason Hopper got invited to this, huh? Wow, they're hitting the bottom of the barrel. Vellner, say it again. Sorry, I got distracted.
Vellner, Medeiros, Hopper, BKG, and then Cole Sager.
Okay. And who's 6? Just out of curiosity. Chandler
Smith.
Okay. Oh. I'm gonna say Brian has him in his top 5. Let's hear Brian.
I agree. Vellner, Medeiros, Sager in the top 5. I would probably also include Travis Mayer and Lazar Jukic.
Oh, damn! This is gonna be a good event.
It is.
And again, like if it's more conditioning, like the other GoRuck ones are, then I agree with Brian's picks over mine. But it just seems like there's more brute work to be done, and I think that will affect the people like Lazar and Cole.
You think when Noah sees is Noah going to this event?
No.
Oh, yeah, good. He probably sees that wheelbarrow and just freaks out. The women. Who do you guys got in the women?
You want to go first, Brian?
You go.
So I wonder if they have to load the wheelbarrow. Do they have to load the wheelbarrow?
Probably.
Unknown.
Okay. And is that typical for Rogue to leave those things unknown, like the games?
Not really.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I would say we only had one event. I don't remember like when things were announced, if there were details unknown, but Rogue's always creating new stuff. So I think there's always some element of it that's going to be new and I don't want to say surprising, but yeah, unknown at some point.
John Wolosic, 20 burpees, buddy. Asshole. You see what he wrote? Could Colt Mertens beat Tia? You.
How many burpees for Ninja Fitness?
You got to do 10. You probably have to do 10. That's probably you on your other computer pumping comments in, Brian.
Yeah, that's right.
How about the women? Who's going first with the women?
Well, I got Tia winning, shocker, and then a bit of an emotional pick because she was my first podcast. I have Haley coming in second.
Oh, nice.
And then I got Laura Horvath, and then I think Katrin and Mal O'Brien will be 4th and 5th. Holty would also be up there.
I'm picking Emma Carey wins this.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Emma Carey, and for the dudes, Travis Mayer.
I think you got to have Annie up there. Holt, I agree, will probably be in the top 5 on this one.
Yeah, Annie's going to kill that.
But I do
She's
like
made to work.
Tia, Laura, Haley, Katrin. I mean, it's gonna be a battle, man. This is the type of workout that has As long as everyone can get through the rope climbs, then it's gonna just be a grind, just a hurt, I guess. That sandbag, I mean, it depends how high that hill is too. That could be painful. 3 times up the hill. You remember what one time did to him in 2007?
Bob said, Sevan, what's your back squat RM? What's RM?
Rep max, 1 rep max.
Oh shit. I haven't done it probably in more than 5 years, but I don't think I remember my goal being 265 and not hitting it. So let's say 260. But I don't.
It'd be fun watching Gabby Magawa in this one.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be fun watching me do it.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, look, Souza just jumped in. Souza, I'm already doing your job, buddy. Buddy, I'm already doing your job.
Oh, no.
I'm already doing your job.
Too late?
You can ditch that screen share and jump in and take over if you want.
All right.
I wonder if I hit remove, does it like kick him off the? Nope, just hides him. Okay, so I like Annie. How can you not have Annie in the top 5?
Well, I have her second overall, so she does pretty good in the other events.
Because that's her thing, right? I mean, isn't she known for the stuff that's the grunt work? She usually does pretty damn well.
She is. She could also do very good. I just didn't put her in my top 5.
And she's not afraid of that rope. Is anyone gonna shit the bed on the rope?
If it's legless, yes. If not, I don't think so. They might be slower, but they won't shit the bed.
Legless with a 30-pound ruck, that's gonna take a long time.
But it could be like, the first 2 are legless, and the next 3 you can use your legs or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think anyone in the programming space is bold enough to do a weighted legless rope climb. Have you ever seen that at a CrossFit event?
No.
Weighted? I don't think so, but they have done that rep scheme where they've had a certain amount of legless finish out with regular ones at Wadapalooza 2019, I think.
Wadapalooza. Okay, event number 2, Bella Complex. Bella, I think that's the name of Katie's dog. For those of you who don't know, Katie Henniger is owner of Rogue.
John's the weightlifting expert here relative to me, but I'll tell you what, I was doing a clean plus front squat plus jerk or shoulder to overhead like 2 months ago, and I got super frustrated. That front squat was just killing my legs because I'm weak on front squat. 2 jerks here. I think, John, I defer to you here, but I think that it probably makes the shoulder to overhead the critical factor.
Yeah, the shoulder to the overhead is the limiter. If whoever like that front squat means nothing. If you have strong legs, if you can clean it, you could probably front squat it again. It really, you'd be shocked at what people can do cleaning and then an extra front squat. So honestly, the second, I bet we see a lot of second misses, like get that first shoulder to overhead, and then the second one miss because that extra front squat will take your legs out like just a little bit more for the jerk. So whoever is the most efficient with a jerk will do well.
So wait a second. I just understood this. Sorry. You just, once you pick the bar up, you got to go.
Yeah, it can't hit the ground.
So you put the weight on the bar, you clean, and do you warm up in the back? How does that work? Or we don't know.
Typically,
sure they warm up beforehand.
Yeah, they get to warm up, but a lot of times you have to get in a corral, stay there for 15 minutes, and you're not touching any weight until you take the floor. Presumably, they'll have multiple attempts or a fixed amount of time to lift. But yeah, if they have 15 minutes cold and they only have 3 attempts at it, you've got to do something in the first round just to get a score and to like reignite your body to say like we're getting under this weight. Go for what you want in the second round, and hopefully you've hit both of those and can have a, kind of a free attempt in the third round. That would be the way to do it, probably. And if they have, limited number of attempts. Yeah.
So that was hypothetical. We have no idea.
No, but that's a format that's been used a lot. The other format that they sometimes do is you have 6 minutes to establish a max for this lift. I don't think that they'll do that unless they have very few competitors on the floor at a time. Like they'll want the spotlight to be on the lifters. or lifter.
What if you did this event like the 1 rep max snatch? So you just have everyone, you put 225 on the bar, and you have each guy come out and do
That
it.
would be, dude. You know what? When we were,
And then you put 235 on the bar, and everyone gets a shot and then just let them start
It
dropping.
would take a
off like
while
clouds.
to do that though, because
20
it's not
dudes.
a quick lift like a snatch. It's 4 different lifts. It would just take time. It would be awesome, but it would take a while.
Dude, they got all fucking night.
They do. Yeah.
It's Bill's
Friday
event.
night.
Fuck it. I mean, it's not like it's the games. I mean, this dude could do whatever. I mean, I guess the games could do whatever they want too. What were you gonna say? Sorry, what were you gonna say, Brian?
I saw some people do this after the Atlas games got canceled in 2020 when COVID hit, canceled the event. They had a little throwdown the next day because all the athletes were in town, and they did that exact thing with a snatch. Just started at 185 and went all the way up. And you know what was amazing? You know, have you ever met Camille's brother, Alexis LeBlanc-Bazinet?
No, I didn't. I just know she had a twin. That's it.
I'm not sure if he's her twin or not, but that guy was amazing. 10 ring muscle ups in this other workout, unbroken, no problem, multiple sets. And then he snatched, I can't remember if he failed at I think he failed at 265. He was still in at 255. Guy cannot weigh more than 180 pounds. It was impressive.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Is he, does he do the open? How's he doing the open? Do we know?
I don't know. He runs that event though.
Is
the
he young?
Atlas games.
Wow. What a small
30s.
world. I had no idea. Okay. So it's not like he's going to pop on the scene. Who do we have? Well, first, before that, what do you think? Do you guys have any idea what weight you think the men are going to do and what weight the women are going to do? What's the biggest numbers we're going to see in this?
That's hard to say.
I have a guess for the men, John. Let me throw out a number and you tell me if I think I'm off the mark here or not. I think like 340.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I would say around there, maybe heavier, to be honest. It's really about the jerk. Like, I think there are probably 7 guys who are capable of doing the clean in the front squat 365, but it's all about who can do that jerk. And that jerk is more about technique than strength. And so that's hard. You can't judge that until you see it.
Do you guys know by any chance, or just roughly what the heaviest male clean is and the heaviest female clean is in CrossFit competition history?
Competition history for just a clean?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or a clean and jerk?
Sure. Clean and jerk.
Clean and jerk, I think the men's 387 and the women's 260 or 270, depending on what you count as an official CrossFit competition.
And the heaviest front squat?
It's probably Stephen Wallace 450 or something. Maybe, or what did
I know Guillermo did 425 for 4.
Oh, that was for 4. I think Stephen Wallace did over 450 for 4. But what did one rep
he's
max?
talking about people that matter.
Yeah, that guy matters if you're talking about the strongest lifts in CrossFit competitions. But what was the guy's name in the stage 1 of the games? The one rep max squat.
CrossFit Thor Griffin Roll.
Yeah, he had it. What was his
I think
one?
he did 490.
Yeah, something crazy.
What?
Yeah.
He 490 a jerk, a clean and jerk?
A front squat.
A front squat. Sorry, front squat. Okay. Let me ask you this. Why do they say clean and then shoulder to overhead? Why doesn't it say clean and jerk, front squat, clean and jerk? Or jerk. Sorry. Why doesn't it say clean and jerk?
Because you can
squat,
because if you push
jerk?
pressed it, they would allow it.
I mean,
So
nobody's
they-
going to do that, but it's allowed. Yeah.
Okay. So it's to make it more simpler for the athletes. Like, hey, this is
And
what
the judges.
It has to come off the ground, then it has to go overhead. So could you could thruster?
Ooh, and from the front squat into the second shoulder to overhead. That's a good question. That would be a good question at the athlete briefing.
Like theoretically, I mean,
That's a hard thruster.
what is the most the heaviest thruster you guys have seen?
Yeah, I've thrustered 300, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Wow.
But I guarantee people can do, more than that.
I love Sousa's face when you said you did 300. He loved it. Can you guys see Sousa? Can you guys see him? He's all like,
You can't see him.
oh, I see him. Yeah, Guy does have a clean and jerk. That's right. Okay, so who do we have? Who do you guys have for your picks for that?
For the men, I have Guillermo winning it. Brian, do you have any abrupt objections to that?
Yeah, I'll take Adler.
You take Adler? Okay. I think Adler. I don't know. I've never seen Adler do clean and jerk super heavy. He does 315 like an animal, but some people are very good at moderate weight, and 315 is moderate for him. You know what I mean?
Now Sousa's showing off. He got the control of the controls from me. He wrestled them away. He's showing off now. Okay, who do you have for second? Who do you guys have for second?
I'm gonna go with Adler for second. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh, you cheated. You switched it up. Did you switch it up? Did he mess you up?
You have to make him tell you who he had before that.
Who did you have? You had Travis Mayer.
I had Jason Hopper.
Wow. Is Hopper stronger than Travis Mayer?
I think I'm going to say they're about the same. But I think Hopper has said before that he cleaned 390 in a podcast. Now he kind of said it like in jest, like if I can clean like 390, I should be able to get through this. So I don't know if that's his actual number.
Right.
And Travis Mayer has cleaned 395. Right, Brian?
Yeah, Travis is getting pretty strong.
I know Travis does not have a great jerk. Like amazing clean. He doesn't have a great jerk. So that's why I don't have Travis Mayer winning it, even though he is very strong.
Damn, look at Hopper. He's such a man child.
Because it's more about the jerk in this than the clean or the front squat.
That dude is a freak. Okay, I'm going. So you have Brian, you have Adler, and then you have Guy.
Yeah, Guy will be relevant, but I don't think you want to sleep on Ben Smith in this workout, man.
Ooh,
he's been lifting a lot, and he's really strong, and his technique is as good as anyone's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're messing with John Young's head. You're messing with John Young's head.
I'm just thinking. Here's the thing, like in like something like BKG. BKG is a beautiful jerk, but he's not super strong. Like I don't know if he could do the clean in the front squat with 350, but I think he could do the jerk. So it's very, it's a complex, so it's really hard to judge. So I just went with the strongest people. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ben Smith. I also like Saxon Panchik and Jason Smith on this workout. I think that Saxon's technique is getting up there with his brother. And Jason Smith has got that old man strength, man. He can move some weight.
He should have stopped at Ben Smith. He's just getting.
I'm saying some of the people these are guys that aren't like Jason Smith and Ben Smith. I don't think they're going to do top 5 performances on any of the other workouts, but I think that they're in the conversation for this one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Jason Smith is injured.
He's in it.
I know, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure when I interviewed him, he said he was really beat up. I guess you just can't say no. Why aren't you guys? Why am I not hearing Vellner's name?
It's the jerk.
Vellner's he's strong. I think he'll be in the top 10, but I think there's going to be at least 5 to 7 guys that can beat him out on this one.
He looks like an albino gorilla. He looks like a gorilla with no pigment.
He's got such long arms. It's tough for the jerk.
I think Medeiros is going to surprise people in this too. I think Medeiros is going to do a lot heavier than people think on this one.
Give me Saxon. I'll take Saxon Panchik over Medeiros on this.
I will bet you with that.
Okay.
What do you want to bet?
We'll talk off the air.
Let's bet 50 strict handstand push-ups.
Oh,
I don't even know if I can do one.
That's it.
Who else? Who's an outlier in this in the men that you're like, why not Chandler Smith? He looks like he's built like a tank.
You said Chandler, didn't you?
Yeah, I have Chandler 4th in this.
Okay.
Again, but see, like he's hard just because everything he does is ugly. He's stronger than anything, but he looks so ugly doing it.
But he did win the clean and jerk in the virtual competition for Rogue last year.
And that was with what, 365?
360.
Second.
Why don't his coaches fix that? I mean, I don't know his. I'm not saying it's ugly. I can't picture him lifting, but like, why don't his coaches fix that if he's so strong? Where's he trained? Is he with Ben Bergeron?
Yep.
That was the event. Mike Bergener was calling that event, as like a guest commentator, and he was just shredding Chandler Smith, just obliterating his technique and his form. And he said, "Chandler, give me a call."
Oh, that's cool. Hey, Susan, can we get Mike Bergener on the podcast? I can't believe he slipped my mind. Please send an invite to Brian when he comes on, when you schedule that. Thank you. Okay. Women. How about the women?
I got Tia winning it. You got
That's
her
like-
winning, Brian?
That's her. That's just all her, right? I mean,
I think it'll be harder than you think, though. I don't think she'll win easily.
Last year, she beat out Laura by 10 pounds on the clean and jerk. And Amanda Barnhart was behind them by 10 more pounds. But there's some women this time that I'm kind of curious about with a lift like this. I mean, one of the things that really surprised me early in this season was how strong Mal O'Brien and Emma Carey's lifting, like raw lifting numbers, were on both the Open and the quarterfinals. And then I saw them both. I mean, Mal didn't hit the snatch, but they could both snatch 200 pounds. They're 16 or 17 years old. Like, this is crazy to me. So I'm excited to see them do something like this in a live setting. And man, if they're as strong as their numbers have been all year, like I don't think they can beat those top couple girls, but they'll be right up there in like 5th through 8th spot.
They'll be where Valor and Medeiros are. As far as spots go.
dude, think about her coach too, Mal O'Brien's coach. That dude is strong like bull.
He would win this. He would win this again if he was in it.
Yeah, James Townsend. So, I mean, I don't know this, but I have to guess that they put a premium on being strong. It's like if you worked out with Rob Orlando, you're going to pick up odd objects. I have to guess that Mal's.
Yeah, and when I watched her push the torque tank at the Granite Games, I mean, then there's some good still shots of her doing that too, and the intensity, but just like she knew how to move, like you said, an odd object through space.
What's a torque tank? It's got water in it.
No, it's just a tank that replaced sled pushing, basically.
Oh God, is that the thing that it doesn't reward the harder you push?
We've heard different things. We don't really know what to make of it.
But someone buy that thing. That thing's like $2,500. I was looking at that thing today on Rogue's website. Someone just buy that thing already. Hey, Susan, can you share multiple screens? Like, I can't figure out how to have multiple tabs lined up. Like, if I wanted to, we're about to have a sponsor, barbelljobs.com. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if every once in a while I could just click on the tab and pop them up. Like when I'm just tune Brian and John out.
Plug in the sponsor before he has the sponsor.
Yeah.
That's a loyal person right there.
Check the link, barbelljobs.com. Okay. So Tia, who do you have second? You have Laura Horvat second?
Yeah, Laura second, and then I got Barnhart third. And then after those top three, I feel like those three women are cemented. I can't see anybody breaking through that top three.
I like the next. I like John's picks here. He also has Annie and Gabby Magawa listed, and I think they're both candidates to do really well. I'm curious about Carrie Pierce on this one.
I think the squat will take it out of her.
So the opposite problem that everyone else is going to have.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. Because Carrie's overhead squat is more than her front squat. How insane is that?
Wait, say that again. I was reading the comments. Say that again.
Carrie can overhead squat more than she can front squat.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
No, she could probably.
How is that even possible? What is it? Is it like 1 pound more? How the fuck is that possible?
I have no idea.
You think that I guess the physics or the anatomy behind it is you're saying that in the overhead squat, she can hold that bar over her midline better than in the front squat. And
yes.
Oh man.
I don't know how either, but that is the case with her.
Brian, someone's asking, what about Danielle Brandon?
For the lifting or for
the lifting? No. What was it like going out with her last night? Yes, the lifting.
Well, I don't think. I mean, she'll do all right, middle of the pack, but I don't think she'll be in the top 5.
All right.
Danielle is really good at moving, moderate to heavyweight, but her max out strength is not top level.
How about Danny Spiegel?
She would do very well in this. I don't think she's in the competition.
No, she's not. She's not. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's great. Anything else? Anything else? And like I said, I think this event is named after Katie's dog, Bella. They also have a bar named after that dog too. That's about all
I think they have a bar that's called the Bella Bar.
Yeah, after the dog.
Yeah.
So those two events, just in case anyone wants to know, those are happening this Friday. That is 1:40 Central Time. So for me, that is 11:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then the second event is at night. Wow, that's a huge gap. That is a huge gap between events
Because they have other things on their schedule as well.
Do you think do the athletes like that rest, or do they just want to get it just hurry up and get it done so they can run back to their room?
They probably would not like to have such a long rest, but there's other stuff going on that day. After the individual event one, even before it, there's a strongman event. Then there's a legend event. Then they're having some anvil grip contest. I don't know what this is. Another strongman event. And then, so there's a bunch of stuff going on.
How did you get all the workouts on one page? What are you doing? You're schooling me, Souza.
It's all on the Rogue Fitness website.
I know, but the way I have it, I can't get them all like that. Okay, so then the second event starts on Saturday. So guys, are we watching the third event? Are we gonna watch all of these? Me, you, Brian, and John, and then like anytime in between events, we jump on and go live and talk shit.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. Saturday, October 30th, I believe that's the day before Halloween. At 12:25 Central Time, the Echo Burner starts.
This one will be fun to watch.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's very similar to Event 9 from the games this year.
20 thrusters, 40 calories on the Echo Bike for men, 32 for women, 20 thrusters, 115 for men, 75 for women. What? Explain that to me. They lowered the weight. Is that a typo? Do you guys see that?
The 5 pounds less for the women in the second round, it's got to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send Bill a text.
80
I'll send Bill a text right now.
80 makes more sense compared to 115, I think, than 75.
God, that's interesting. Who wants to say it's a typo and who wants to say it's for real?
I think it's a typo.
Okay, what do you guys think? Good event? You like it?
Yeah,
Well,
it'll be fun to watch.
It's gonna be a tight race. I mean, the thing is, you can screw this one up. You can go too hard in the first. You can go cycle rate, like you have to go unbroken on the thrusters, but you can cycle them too fast, or you can go too hard on the bike, and like literally you could see, this is the type of workout where you could see someone like lose control of their body in the last couple reps of the thrusters, like if they're right at the brink. And it's going to be close.
For the second 20.
Yeah, for the second 20. But this is a power output workout. I think that people who did well on Event 9 at the games, which is the snatching and echo bike workout, are going to do well on this one. But the thing that I'm really curious about is Justin Medeiros with thrusters, because I just couldn't believe what I saw at the games with the cycle rate that he was increasing as he went through that workout with the wall walks, where I thought Fikowski was going to catch him and pass him with his methodical pacing. Medeiros just went into another zone. Like it was insane how fast he was cycling those late in that workout. He did well. He's going to be fine on the bike. I think that he could win this one.
You think this is going to be won or lost on the thrusters?
No, the bike.
The bike. Okay. Well,
That's
then
why
you said he's
will not win this one.
Yeah, that's why, because you said he'd be fine on the bike, and yeah, I mean this has got Hopper all over it, right? This got Hopper and Vellner. Is
Alex
Fikowski
Vigneault.
going
I
to this
have 1
thing?
and 2, Sevan.
Is Fikowski going to this thing?
No.
Oh, that would be awesome to see him do this one too. He could probably get that bike humming.
I like Medeiros and Alex Vigneault on this workout.
Oh, is Vigneault the heaviest guy at the Rogue Invitational?
Sam Quant might have him. He's pretty heavy.
I feel like Jason Smith's got a way.
Oh yeah, Jason Smith. Jason Smith's a big guy.
This is a weight of a thruster where the guys pull it down, right? Something that I've never experienced in all my CrossFit years. This is like they don't just thrust up and then wait for the bar. This is like that shit Miko Salo used to do, where they pull the bar down.
I think it's a little bit different.
Not in round one. I don't think in round one. I think you got to be like you still have to breathe and have your rhythm for the first round. Hit the bike hard, and then just try to get those 20 done fast at the end.
I think some people are going to try to sprint this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it is a sprint. I don't like 20 thrusters with 115 is not very hard. Like,
Can someone do it in 40 seconds?
No.
Do what?
The 20 thrusters?
Oh, yeah. They can do that. Yeah. I mean, that would be fast. But I agree with Brian. I think they will just do 20 thrusters at a regular pace. But 20 thrusters with 115 doesn't affect anybody at all. It's basically a 40 cal. Who can go 40 cals the fastest? And that's why I went with Hopper and Vellner 1 and 2. I have Mayer 4th. I think he's very good at machines as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I agree with Brian that it could fall apart with people in the last 20 thrusters, which will be very fun to watch. But I think if you can get 40 cals in 30 seconds,
oh my God. You're going
to be ahead. You're going to be ahead enough. You could do 10 thrusters, put it down, do 10 thrusters, and still win. And I think there are guys that can do that. And if you can't do that, it doesn't matter how fit you are. You can't do that. You don't have the power output that the other person has.
Like Vigneault.
Yeah, and Vigneault, he did very good in Event 9. I think Vigneault could do very well, and I didn't have him. But
and we know Guy is extremely good at short events. And the question is this short enough for him?
Yeah,
extremely good. He's the best sprinter in the pack, right?
It's not about sprinting though; it's power output, and that's different. Like Guillermo is not the best rower, right? Like it's more about power output than sprint ability.
Who's this? Is this Vigneault? Who is this? Adler? Who's this?
That's Vigneault.
But Vigneault is very good on the bike. Vellner is very good on the bike. Hopper is very good on the bike.
Notice how John has Hopper in all of his picks. I have him in none of mine.
You and Vellner had a fight. Ricky Anya saying Chandler Smith is going to do well also.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be good. So you think this? So you think this can be done in under 3 minutes, John? I was going to say under
3 minutes. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's whoever does those 40 cals the fastest. And I'm interested to see how fast they can do it. Just because I bet somebody can get 40 cal, definitely under 50 seconds. But there are people out there that could do 50 under 30 seconds. So I'm sure somebody could do it all out sprint 40 cals in 30 to 35 seconds. And they're just going to be so far ahead because y'all know how assault bikes work. Like that rollover that you get over everybody else is just so much that you'll have a lead that they can't get. And I don't think Medeiros is capable of that. And that's why I didn't have him on like as my top 3.
What do you do? What's the strategy here? Do the 20 thrusters as fast as you can and then go to 30 calories on the Echo bike as hard as you can and then rest while it spins up the next or go to 35 calories and rest that 3 seconds while you get that extra 5 and then get off and grab the bar? Or do you ride it to 40 calories?
No, definitely don't do that.
Definitely.
I would coast it in the last couple, but then tell myself I have to pick this bar up.
Just right away.
Like if you're backing off to like prepare yourself for that, then you have to step up to it and pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious what it is. They know exactly, right? That it's push as hard as you can to 37 calories and then start to get off the bike.
You remember James Newberry on the assault bike toaster ring workout in the games?
Yeah, we all remember, of course.
Yeah, he did 30 cals in like right at 30 seconds. And that was on the assault bike. And that was with getting on, that was with the start line. He had to get onto the bike and start. So if he kept that pace, which he definitely can, that would be 40 cals in 35 seconds because you're going at like 112, 115 RPMs. That'd be 35 seconds right there. I'm just saying people are capable of it.
Yeah.
John, I have no idea what you're talking about. So when Brian says absolutely, we know.
Oh, man. Well, anyway, it's going to
He
be.
forgot I was on the
I hope
show.
that
Brian
I hope
forgot.
what I hope is that the first 20 thrusters are just in one fixed spot. You advance to a bike, but that the last thrusters it's like 10, 5, 5, and you have to move forward because I think that you're going to see a lot of people right there at the end. And so if they move forward those last couple reps or a couple sets, then it'll be better storytelling, better excitement.
Will be fun. I bet legs might bobble advancing too during that.
Like we're gonna see people who look like they got punched in the face. Like we're gonna see a leg wobble.
Yeah, jelly-legged people, but still trying to.
God, I love that shit. I'm gonna be looking for that then. That's awesome.
And I think that you're gonna see the best to worst is gonna be like a 30-second spread.
Susan, can you Google what's the fastest RPMs recorded in history on an Echo bike and on an assault bike? I'm really curious. What's the fastest you've ever seen, John?
RPMs.
123
on an assault bike.
Wow.
Yeah, on assault bike. That wasn't me either.
What about an Echo bike?
I've never been on an Echo bike. I can't tell you.
I've seen. I mean, there's some guys. You know how there's always these guys.
Virgin.
Virgin.
John Young's a virgin. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
That are just incredible on the bike because they're just big, powerful dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a couple of guys like that at the gym that can push it up to like close to 110 for the Echo bike. I can get it over 100 like for an instant.
So you think it's easier on the Echo than an assault bike?
I think you can get more RPMs on the assault bike.
So I've hit on an assault bike. Okay, well I've hit 114 on an assault bike and held it for a little bit, but. So I don't know what that translates to, but I'm guessing most of these guys can go like 5 RPMs higher than that. So it probably translates to 110, 115.
Damn.
On an Echo.
Damn. You know who would know this is that God, what's the guy's name? Mike. Shit. Can't remember.
Maybe Matt will find it. Let's move.
Matt Bickle. That's the guy's name. Matt Bickle.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about him.
He did 96 cals in 1 minute on an assault bike.
That's crazy.
I did it in 10 minutes. Okay, let's but who do you guys got? Who do you guys got for the women winning this? Did we go over that yet? Was that
we didn't do women?
No, but John's picks are pretty good here.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
On this one. Thank you, Brian. I think Amanda Barnhart's going to win. She won the 21:15.9 at the games, and that was more conditioning than this one is. So if she won that, I don't see anybody beating her on that. And then I think Laura will also be really good, and I think Annie will be really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the top 3 on Event 9 at the games. I think they'll all just going to manhandle this barbell. I mean, all the women are going to manhandle this barbell. It's 75 or 80 pounds, whatever it is. I think it's even less consequential than a 115 bar for the men. And then it's just going to be these, bigger, powerful women on the Echo bike.
Echo bike.
I'm going to pick Travis Mayer and Emma Carey.
Original picks.
Pretty good on this one as well.
Event number 4, Concept 2.
4 rounds for time, 21 calorie ski, 21 med ball GHD sit-ups with a 14 or 10-pound med ball, and then a hill run.
God, we got to see this hill, dude.
I know. The entire workout seems to come down to the hill because depending on how big it is, it could completely dwarf those other 2 things, or it could just be a little shuttle up and down the hill where it's going to then come down to maybe the ski and who can cycle those 84 calories the best.
I think the ski erg is stupid for events. I'm not saying like maybe it has to be
like it's a good training implement, but it's not good competition implement.
Yeah, like maybe the games has to do it to test the fittest. But like if I'm rogue, like I mean, what's the sub for that? Susan, what do you sub for the ski erg? Do you guys? I mean, it's just stupid. It's just like time, like when you see the athletes get on the ski erg, you go take a piss. Or go cut up an apple or something, or eat some peanut butter. It's like just dumb.
Is it that much more boring than a 21 cal row?
No. All those things are kind of ridiculous. I mean, after a while, you kind of learn to appreciate them, but they're just even running on the true runners and shit. I mean,
you know what I would like?
Rogue's killing it with that hill. As soon as I see that hill, I mean, having a hill is dope.
I hope it's steep.
Me too, and sandy.
They might be building the hill. Because it's just in a baseball field.
Yeah, Bill could build anything.
I'll bet you they're just building the hill. But you know what, Sevan, would you like to see an event like this if it was 20 calorie ski EMOM to failure.
Oh my gosh. That sounds terrible.
You have to get 20 calories in the first minute. If you get it, you advance to the second minute. You can rest however much time you have left. And whenever you miss, then you're out.
I mean, 20, that's a hard just for one.
Yeah, if the camera was like just right on the people's faces and we could,
Well, you could
somehow
on the face.
just like really see the pain. It's just like, I know that the only reason why I like that stuff is because I'm into like CrossFit, but like there's nothing else there. It really, like, if you put yourself back and what it was like watching this shit, like when you didn't do any of it, it's just like what these people are pulling onto a plastic handle with a string and pulling it down. Whoopee. I mean, anyway, I don't even like the saving grace for that workout for me is the hill run. That's going to be really, really, really cool. GHDs don't do much for me. Just as a fan watching. Oh, I found an almond in my pocket. I wonder if it went through the wash.
Well, for this one, I thought about the games in 2016 when they did when they're at the ranch, the 50 wall balls, and then 25 GHDs with the wall ball, and then you run up the hill at the ranch. So I pretty much just thought who would be good at that. Vellner was very good at that when he did it, and I have Vellner winning it. I have Annie winning it for the women.
I have a feeling that the hill is going to be significant enough that someone like Tia or Kristen Holt or Sam Briggs might beat an Annie on this one. But we don't know how long it's kind of useless to predict what's going to happen on this workout because the hill runs could be such a critical factor and we don't know much about it.
And these are the type of workouts, by the way, that I'm justifying my Guillermo placement. I think these are the type of workouts where he will struggle.
Haley Adams kills this one. Haley Adams kills this one.
Yeah, she should. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The 21 cal ski is what hurts her on this one. But yeah, she should do great.
If the running is the critical component, then that will bump her up a few spots in this workout. Yeah.
Why do you say that, John? Because of just her mass? Because she's not big?
I mean, yeah, there's just more powerful girls. Like Haley's conditioning is top tier, but as far as cals on an erg, it's more about how powerful you are. And a ski erg is even more so than like a rower, I would say.
What's a normal person pull in a minute on the ski erg? Like a normal person, like a 45-year-old woman at the gym. I don't mean like
number of calories in a minute for just an average 45-year-old woman at the gym is like 8 to 10.
Okay. And then what will these guys do that in a minute?
21 cals?
Yeah,
right around a minute.
Damn. Okay. All right. Have you ever seen anyone injure themselves on that machine? Is that a machine you can hurt yourself on? Throw your back out on?
I've never seen it.
I think if you like did a huge volume of it without much like previous experience, you could possibly like overdo it with the lats. I don't know.
But no, it's not like the rower. Like you get on it cold and like someone could throw their back out.
My very first experience with a ski erg was in a competition, and it was 1,000 meters for time, and it was terrible.
Did you get hurt? Were you injured?
No, but I had never felt a burn like that in my lats before. That.
And how about your triceps? As your lats peter out, or your triceps?
It was just
toast?
my lats. It was all lats.
Wow, amazing.
I had a dream last night, and Travis Mayer was in it, and the Rogue Invitational had already happened.
That was my dream. You just stole that shit.
And I asked him what place he got in the Rogue, and he said 16th. But looking at all these workouts, I think he's going to do way better than that.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these are really good for Travis.
Is that a true story, Brian?
Yeah, I really had that dream last night. I just remembered it.
That's awesome. So did we go over men and women for that?
Well, we're kind of just saying, like, the people we think we might do well, but we do, the running is a factor that we don't know about.
Give me the winners for that. Let's do top 3 men and women one more time for event 4.
Who do you got, Brian?
For the women, I think it's easier. I'm going to go with Tia, Kristen Holta, and Laura.
Really, no Annie.
I'm just banking on the run being a big enough factor.
Laura's the new Vellner for Brian. Laura's the new Vellner for Brian. He's transferred his love from Vellner to Laura.
And for the men on this one, oh man, I don't know. I do like Vellner here. I like Lazar Jukic. And maybe BKG.
I like Travis Mayer in this one.
I don't know how you can never have Justin Medeiros in the top 3.
I do in mine. He doesn't in his.
I'm fading Medeiros and Hopper on all my picks.
How come we haven't heard Catherine's name yet?
Catherine? Well, she's got these are the women's field's really strong, and a lot of these women beat her in a lot of similar events recently. We did mention that she might do well on the first workout. The second one is lifting. It's not going to be great. The third is power output. It's not going to be great. The fourth is power output and running. It's not going to be great. So, but there are some others coming up that she might do really well on.
I think she'll do good in this one, Sevan. I have her coming 4th. She did really good in the trail run at the ranch. Again, like we really it's hard to say anything because we don't.
That was an hour-long workout. This workout's going to be like
it's still running up hills for an hour, Brian. She was better than everybody.
Oh,
everybody.
Shit, he used your name. He said Brian. He's getting angry. He's getting all bent.
Well, Tia is one of those people. Haley and Tia are one of those people.
Guys, what about
no chance
about
she beats Tia in this workout?
What about Helga?
I agree.
What about Helga Doder? Helga Doder. This is right up her alley too. Or you're just saying the ski erg again?
No, I don't think she will do well in this one.
Okay, how about Christy?
Turi will do well in the lifting event though.
Yeah,
good Olympic lifter. Christy Aramo, yeah, she could do well on this, but I think not as well as some of the others that we've mentioned.
Going back to, you know who else is going to do really well? Where did you guys, going back to event number 3, where did you guys have Mallory O'Brien for the Echo Burner? That's the thruster Echo bike.
Well,
thruster.
I'm actually glad you asked me about that. Someone recently asked me if I were to pick one movement that was a strength of hers and one that was a weakness, what would I choose? And I chose thrusters for the strength and Echo bike for the weakness.
Oh,
I couldn't agree more.
And here they're paired together, and we've already said that we think the Echo bike is more important than the thruster, especially for the women. So I think this is going to be a bottom half finish for
her. Number 3?
The Echo Burner.
Yeah.
Oh, man, because that she can.
However, yeah. I also want to throw this out there. She got crushed by the Echo bike at the games, and I would not be surprised if she is not happy about that, and if she's been working really hard on it. If she shows up here and actually crushes this, and she has been putting in work on that, I mean, she's pretty young. She's probably resilient. She could bounce back from the games, get back into training, and have a couple solid months under her belt. And if they've been focusing on increasing her capacity, in different time domains on the Echo bike, that would not surprise me.
It's too bad we don't know the time caps of these.
Yeah, those are always nice to know because we can have in our mind what we think is going to happen, but that would give us some insight into the hill runs distance. Yeah,
like this event 4, like if it's long, every round it goes further helps Mallory O'Brien. Like we learned that there's no stopping her. She grinds.
Yeah, sure.
Can I make one more point about the men?
Yes.
So
event 4. Are we back to event 4?
Event 4.
Okay.
The hill run with the skier. So every single event that Hopper won at the MAC involved machines. It was like a 12 to 16 minute kind of time domain, and it involved machines. Hopper is not the most skilled games athlete, and he beat Justin Medeiros in a toe-to-bar ski erg workout. I think Hopper, if a machine is in it, he's going to be really good as long as he's not dumb, and he was dumb at the games. So, and all of these have machines in them. I think Hopper's going to do really good at event 4.
How are his GHD sit-ups?
It's negligible. It's not very many GHDs.
84 is not very many?
Not when it's split up like that. It's just a time waster. Like Medeiros will make up time on GHDs because he's very good at them. Like Haley will make up time on the GHDs because she's very good at them. But that time that you make up on those is not as much as you could on a ski erg or a hill run.
All right, if you say so. You
agree, Brian, or no?
Yeah, I look at I don't think the GHDs are such a huge factor in this workout. However, I don't know how many of the athletes practice doing them with the med ball. And I'm just looking at the total work, and I'm wondering if it's just meant to like tax their midline for the last workout that day to make that deadlift feel a little bit worse, that burpee feel a little bit worse.
I can definitely see that.
Hopper kind of has an off switch too, right? Like we've seen him just turn off in a workout at the games. I mean, didn't he have to be carried off the field in one of the events?
Yeah, he finished it though. He gutted it out.
I mean, I'm not saying like literally off to where like a stretcher has to get him, but if the guy hits like same with Khalipa, like they're capable of hitting a wall. Is that the dumb thing you're talking about, John? Like they will just run into the off switch.
Like he would have done really well in that event if he paced it correctly, but he took it out hot, and he was the first one after round 1, and that's not how he does workouts well. If you go back and watch the MAC, he was never leading until the last third of the workout, and then he would beat everybody. And he didn't do that at all at the games. He did the exact opposite, and then he just blew himself up and was down on himself the rest of the games.
Spitfire X59. Could the hill run just be to the top of the stadium stairs in one area closed off? Just a thought. Any thoughts on that?
Possible. I hope not, because of the bottleneck effect.
People could get hurt trying to run upstairs as fast and downstairs as fast as they can.
Well,
Hurt schmert, you pussy.
I just want it to be like a thing that's wide enough where if you're like slowly going up the stairs, I can actually run, or the hill, that I can actually run past you.
Just because John said that, I hope the hill's so steep that fucking someone rolls from the top down to the bottom.
I want it to be steep too. I
want to see Hopper coming down the hill and slip and like bulldoze like 5 girls. Just like some sort of cartoon.
I'm just thinking of reasons why people would not do that.
Should we move on to the next event, number 5? This is at 6:40. So this day, the workouts, man, still one at 12, basically, one at 4, and one at 7 p.m. And it's Saturday, event 5. It's called the Mule.
This is a repeat workout. They did it in 2019 also. 21:59, deadlifts 315, 225, and burpee pull-ups. I did this workout at the women's weights 2 years ago.
Can you do that unbroken? Did you fly through that?
The women's weight?
Yeah.
I can do it unbroken. I've done the deadlifts in Diane unbroken, but I don't remember if I did or not for this one.
Is this how about do these guys just sprint through this?
No.
No?
The deadlifts for sure, but 21 burpee pull-ups. It's very time consuming, way more than people think.
But what I'm saying is there's no stop.
No, there's
it's
no
like
stop.
it's a subtle sprint. Like you're not sprinting, but you're like on the gas the whole time, but you can't redline too early.
Do you chalk up for the deadlifts or no? There's no time for that. It's too close.
Maybe if you have chalk in your pockets while you're walking back or jogging back from the bar, you grab it out and get a little chalk on there. But yeah, and so this one we have like some data. We have data points for this exact workout from a couple of years ago. We already talked about how it was event 2 in 2019, and now it's event 5, so it'll be a little bit more taxed. But I also think that a lot of people, it was very muddy where they were doing that year. That definitely affected some of the burpee pull-ups, and I would also think that athletes have probably just become more efficient at that movement. So I think we'll actually see faster times on it, even though it's later in the weekend. But I expect similar people to do well. Vellner won this back then. Chandler Smith was second. I think that Travis Mayer did well on this one. Some of the other people who did well are not competing. And then Cole Sager. So those are the guys that did well on it back then. But people who weren't there that year that I think are also going to factor in, at least for the men. I think BKG is pretty much going to be a factor in nearly every workout this weekend. I think that he's pretty well dialed in for this. So I'd look for him. And then curious about, I see that John's got Jeff Adler up there. I'm curious about Jeff on this. The deadlifts are very, very easy for him. And we know that, both Chandler and Vellner are very good at deadlifting also. So if that's the critical component in the workout, then I think Adler's a good pick as well.
Is this weight is this normal for the men to be doing 95 pounds more than the women? Is the deadlift really that different? Are men and women that different in strength? 100
When it's
pounds?
that heavy, yeah, the heavier it gets, the wider the weight disparity is.
It's usually percentage based, so it's about 70%. That's like the theoretical difference.
In the games, they typically go 80%, but
I
depends on the workout.
I guess I guess
the first event in 2020 games at the ranch was that they went the other direction.
Yeah, they needed to though.
Yeah, it was
like
the right
225.
choice.
Some of these girls are just going to smash this, right? They're going to look like.
This is where Annie shines, Sevan. It's where she comes through for me.
Hey, will there be a woman's time better than the men's time in this? Who's faster at this with these weights?
We got data to see.
We don't have I don't know if we have the times for those workouts on the spreadsheet. We didn't input them.
I think the women will be faster. I think they can just move that barbell better. Because if I remember correctly, Fraser and Vellner were right there next to each other, and Fraser broke his 15s.
But he ended up losing because he had a no rep on one of the burpee pull-ups.
But I'm saying he was right there with Vellner, and he broke his 15s. And Annie did not break at all. She went straight through.
Justin Zizumbo says 68%. Almost all benchmarks are at that.
Yeah, 135, 95, or 35 and 50 pound dumbbells, 70%. So yeah, right in that range.
Okay. What did you think about his picks, John? Vellner, Chandler, Mayer, Cole Sager, BKG, and then a nod to Adler.
Yeah, I have Vellner and Chandler in first and second, Adler third. I have Guy in fourth, and I think Vigneault will be good in this one too.
Vigneault, sneaky good deadlift.
Yeah.
And once again, no mention of Medeiros, no mention of Saxon. You guys are just haters.
It's a lot of good guys.
Medeiros will be like 6th or 7th in all of these, though.
Oh man, dude, this is gonna be crazy. That who knows what that Andre Houdet's gonna show up at as. He may just come in wrecking shop too. Damn, he was good at the games, wasn't he? How old's that dude?
25 or 6, I think.
Man, he looks like
maybe
he's
27.
16. And why isn't Ben Smith in the Legends event? No, seriously, I'm not even saying that like as a shot. Like, is he like, what's he doing?
He got an invite. He said, "Yeah, that sounds funny." Showed up. I don't know.
All right, if you say so. And I haven't heard you guys mention in any of these events before we move on to the last day here. To the last day. How about Henrik? Henrik Hapalainen. How come I'm not hearing his name? Is he just there? Is he like just there as fodder? Everyone's pretty much got a mention besides him. Oh, and Uldis Upanex.
We haven't mentioned those guys. We haven't mentioned Will Morad, or we maybe once mentioned Samuel Quant. But yeah, look, and you haven't asked us about the bottom 5 guys in every workout.
All right. Oh, I don't. Oh, wow.
So mean.
So you know
There
what's
has
interesting
to be someone.
is Samuel Cornway isn't invited.
He may have been invited because people who place lower than him at the games are competing there, and I think that he chose to stay in Canada with his family. That's like he got some young kids, and maybe just wants to focus on training for next year and didn't want to come back to he spent a long time in the U.S., a couple months leading up to the game, so he might just want to be home with his family.
He doesn't want to spend a month in quarantine.
Yeah, something like that. And no, and in all seriousness, Henrik Hepelainen, if he was going to do well in any of the workouts so far, I think that Echo Burner would be a good one for him. I think Uldis can do really well on the first workout. And Will Morad, this guy is super sneaky. Like, he is incredibly fit, and he might be a guy to watch on the Mule with shorter range of motion for the deadlift, pretty strong. Depends how high the pull-up bar is, if that matters. I mean, those types of things can matter in that workout. But Morad's one of those guys.
Explain that to me. What's the height? Is he so tall that you're afraid his feet might hit the ground?
He's short.
Oh.
So the range of motion that you like beneficial on the deadlift for being a little bit shorter. But if you have to jump to a high pull-up bar, then it can be negated or even, to his detriment. But those are all logistical things we don't know. If Will was healthy, like if he could figure out how to stay healthy, this guy would be threatening for the top 10 in the games every year. But he's rarely at 100%. He's always got these, not just like small injuries, like weird spinal fusion things necessary. And it's like he's had some really weird, bad injuries over the years that I think have kept us from seeing his best potential.
I agree. I remember when he came on, I think it was as a rookie at that regional, wherever it was.
It was the one where you
Ohio?
made that documentary, I think.
2014 Central Regional.
And he showed up there as a freak. He's basically just a soccer player who was hanging with the big boys.
And he could hang.
Yeah. How about the women for the Mule?
Annie is going to win this one.
I think she won it last time. Annie was first last time they had this. Brooke Wells, who's out. Yeah, the next best was Tia of the people who are competing, Katrin and Carrie Pierce, and they should all do well. And then Laura.
Danielle Brandon's going to do great on this one.
I think he will struggle on this one.
Who?
I think Danielle Brandon will struggle on this one.
Where, with the burpee pull-ups, or you think she's going to get lost there?
With the deadlifts.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't have the best deadlift. She struggled at event 14 in the games with the deadlift, with the free handstanding push-ups. Like everybody caught up to her, and she was amazing at the free handstanding push-ups, but then everybody would catch her on the deadlifts.
And what was the weight on those?
300.
All right. Yeah,
maybe 275, 275.
I stick by it. I think she's going to do great. What about Carolyn Prevost? This is right up her alley too. I think these burpee. I'm gonna say we're gonna see her burpee pull-ups be pretty damn beautiful, and same with Tia's. Tia's are gonna be beautiful too.
I don't disagree with you. It's just hard to make up time on a burpee pull-up.
But 225 is so light. I mean, there's no girl here who's gonna break these up, right?
I think that there'll be some women who break it up.
Really, the deadlifts?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think I could even do those in a pinch. That's not good. You guys need to go back to train harder. Any of you girls who break that shit up need to train harder.
Don't forget we mentioned earlier. I mean, it's the third event of the day, the fifth event of the weekend, and those first two events are going to be detrimental. Like you have to send it on that morning event, and the GSG sit-ups, even if they're not that relevant in that workout, they're still a factor in the midline. Skiing is on the midline. They're going to be a little bit broken down by this point, so those deadlifts won't be as easy as they could be.
Their legs are going to be fried by this point, like really badly.
Another person you guys haven't mentioned in this workout is Hopper. I mean, those deadlifts are going to be easy for him, right?
I think the deadlifts are easier for other people, and he's got a tall range of motion on the burpee pull-ups.
Yeah. Colton Mertens would win this.
He could, yeah. He would be a candidate.
And he would win. You know which other one he would win? I don't know about that. I was going to say the thruster echo bike, but I think it would take him 4 minutes to do those cows on the echo bike. Let's go to Sunday, Halloween.
We were projecting 4 minutes for everyone on the echo bike. You said, I think I'm about the skier.
2 events. We only know what one of them are. They're saving the final event.
We can hypothesize about what that might be, though.
Okay. So the 6th event is a chipper. It starts at 9:30 a.m. Oh, that's 7:30 a.m. for me. Damn. Presented by and you can't fool around with these times. It's not like the games where there's going to be a bunch of ass heats. Like you got to be on time for the road.
There are 2 heats, yeah, presumably 2 heats.
4 total, right? 2 for men, 2 for women.
Yeah.
So event 6 is a chipper.
They've had a chipper every year. This is kind of as expected. This one's kind of interesting, though. You definitely have a little bit of everything here. It's this down and back chipper style that we've seen at regionals before. I believe that the jerry can is like a gas can.
Did we see that at the games one year?
No.
There was some black can they carried one year.
Hopefully they have to carry it up the hill.
100 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, that goes.
But that's, I mean,
Hey, and then it slips out of your hands and just starts going
Oh
down
my
full
gosh.
speed and taking people out.
but I look at this workout and I just, there's
Your
a
heart
lot.
breaks for Laura Horvat. Your heart's just broken for. This is
No.
This is where
This-
Andy passes her.
This is the best. I think this is one of the best possible scenarios that Laura could have in terms of a strict handstand push-up showing up.
I agree.
No deficit, no parallettes. It's 30 is a big number, but it's not it's not 50, And I think that for people like Vellner and Laura Horvat, who have sometimes done worse on big sets of strict handstand push-ups, that this is a little bit more manageable. And we can see an opportunity to make up some time on the other implements because there are enough of them. Both, I see that, the interesting thing about the programming at Rogue all the time is there are gymnastics implements, but there's very rarely a workout. Like we haven't mentioned Carrie Pierce as being a top 5 favorite or a winner favorite in hardly any workout because there's no workout where the gymnastics carries the day. This one, maybe it does, maybe, but it depends on how hard some of these other things are that we're not familiar with.
And we don't know. It says 35 box step ups. We don't know how high those are.
24 inches, 20 inches, and this feed bag weighs 70 and 50 pounds. 70 pounds for 70 step ups on a 24-inch box is a lot. Like that's a lot.
And 20 inches is a lot for the shorter athletes, right? And so is 24 inches.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's like that's what I'm saying is there. I see the gymnastics pop off the screen here. 60 strict handstand push-ups, 30 ring muscle ups. For me, that's daunting. For a lot of these athletes, it's not that much. They have to be strategic in how they break up some of those sets, but there's still a lot of work on either side of them. Like I said, 70 total step-ups and 90 calories of rowing is a lot of time. So there's a lot of opportunity to make up some time if you lose a little bit on the gymnastics.
That row is crucial because
you got Mal O'Brien in the top 5, guys, for
this workout.
I have her 4th.
This is, when I was mentioned earlier that I listed an echo bike as her weakness because it doesn't seem, based on what she's done this year, it doesn't seem like she has a lot of weaknesses. And this is the type of workout where the people without a lot of weaknesses should come out towards the front by the end of it.
Who can you give us some more, John, for the women? Your placement?
I have Tia first and Haley second, and then Carrie third, and then I think Barnhart will surprise people on this one too. Handstand push-ups are not a weakness of hers. Ring muscle-ups are, but it's only 15. And then the other is kind of power moving objects. I don't think the feed bag is going to be as hard as you guys think because not last year, but when they did the chipper 2 years ago with the 100-pound D ball, was that 1 year or 2 years ago, Brian?
What event are you at?
The chipper.
At Rogue?
Yeah, the one that BKG won.
I think that was virtual.
Okay, well, they had a 100-pound D ball, and they had to do 20 step overs with it down, just like this one, and it was with 100 and not 70. And I did that workout, and it wasn't that bad. I was much slower.
You held a 100-pound D ball and stepped back and forth.
You hold it on the back of your shoulder,
and you go back and forth over a 24-inch box.
Yeah, and it's not that bad. It's more about lungs, and if you can just hold a constant pace.
I'd end up like Taylor Self when he was a demo boy in Aromas this year and he got folded in half by a pig. He put a 100-pound D-ball on my shoulders, asked me to go over a box.
But
damn.
I think Carrie Pierce will be really good in this one. And I think Barnhart will surprise people on this one.
I think I like Ariel Lowen in this one just for a surprise. Top 3.
That's a good call.
She's gonna do great, and so is Carolyn Prevost. Oh man, there's so many good girls. Crazy. What about the dudes here?
Ryan, you have the same winner as me.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Who do you have?
BKG.
This is like a sweet spot workout for him. You talk about a guy has very few weaknesses. It's incredibly consistent on every type of workout, pretty much. I think he's one of a very, very few number of people who has like top half finishes in every games event at maybe 2 times in his career, which not a lot of people have done. Like I said, if you're good at a lot of things or everything, this is a perfect workout for you. So I think BKG right up there, favorite to win this event. Yeah, for the guys.
I think Lazar Dukic can also do really well in this event.
Yeah, I mean, I see your picks here. You have BKG, Lazar, Medeiros, Vellner, Saxon. I think those are great picks. I think that this is the type of workout where not only or the guy, like this is the one I would pick out to say the people that do best on this workout, maybe not in the exact order, but will also do best over the course of the entire competition. So like I think those could be the top 5 come the end of the weekend, and they could also be the top 5 on this workout.
And is Ben Smith pulled out by this point in the competition? Is he on oxygen on the sideline? How come I haven't heard you guys mention Alexandra Caron? Yeah.
I like him for the Bella Complex, the lifting event, and I also like him for the Echo Burner workout. Caron is good, but
you were all about him. I feel like last year you were excited about him. You still excited about him, or did you just like saying his name?
Caron?
Yeah, Caron. So by this event, seriously, do you think Jason Smith and Ben Smith will like be over there working on their family tree with some chalk on the ground, talking about the good old days? I just want to see if Suze listening. I just like looking to see if Suze is listening by if he's laughing. Jason Smith was on the podcast. Great dude. South African guy. I wonder if those guys ever got paid. Did the Africans ever get paid for their?
Laura hasn't hooked you up with Ben Smith yet?
No, I would really like to have Laura. I was talking when John was. We were talking the other day, and he mentioned about 80 calories on the assault bike for 3 minutes, and I said, "How often have you done that?" And he said, "I did it once," and it just made me like, "Yeah, that's the kind of thing you do, and you're broken."
RPMs,
that
calories.
What? Say it again.
I said RPMs, not calories.
You held 80 RPMs for 3 straight minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary, right? And so when I think of having Laura Horvat on the show, it's kind of like that. Like, I know it's good for me and I know it needs to be done, but it's like, fuck, really? 80 RPMs on the assault bike for 3 minutes again? There they are. I should have both of them on. If they will come on. They're awesome. I better stop making fun of Ben Smith. He'll never come on. Get stuck having his brother on, the lesser of the two Smitters. How many times has Alex Smith been to the games? Is he just what happened to him? Is he still games caliber, dude?
Alex Smith?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever make it back to the games as an individual. I definitely think he has the capacity to make it on a team and to be very relevant at the games with the team if he wants to be.
And was there a third Smith brother?
Dane Smith is working as a firefighter, I think, in Virginia. He's still training. He's still very fit. But he's not
younger. Is he the youngest?
Mm-hmm. But he's not like dedicated and committed to it. And there's so many men that are now that it's really difficult to make it to that level if you're not.
Is John Young better than him, Dane Smith?
Not yet.
Oh.
That confidently.
Not yet.
Not yet. I like that. So
John's on the ascension, though.
Did we do Hopper? Do you have Hopper even finishing top 10 at the Rogue Invitational? Either of you? What was your rankings? I don't have them in front of me. Because you guys he's got no love.
No,
John, you know who you guys are.
John's loved him on everything. On every workout, John's had him up there.
Really? Because I just don't hear his name. I feel like, who's like really I feel like Katrin Doder and Jason Hopper are both like they scarred you guys. Like you had a little faith in them and now they're just fucking, you're like, I'm not putting them in my rankings anymore.
I mean,
I have Hopper winning the Echo Burner.
Okay.
Look, John picked Jason 4th. I picked him 10th.
Overall?
Yeah.
You've definitely been scarred by him. I mean,
we did the ranking show, and I told you, I said, I'm putting him 10th. I have no idea what to expect from this guy. He, based on what we saw at the Mid-Atlantic, I think he could do as well as second place. Based on what we saw at the games, I think he could do as poorly as second to last place.
That's fair.
And it's like, Well, so I could argue, I could make all the points I made before the games about, look at this guy, look at the way he executes workout, look at the way that he chases people down, look at the way that he manages everything. Or I could talk about what happened at the games, and I could say all the opposite things. I'm hopeful that these last couple of months have been good for him, that he's not going to make a lot of the mistakes that he made at the games. It doesn't seem like, he talked with us about how every workout at the games seemed to have something that was really good for him paired with something that was really bad for him. And he didn't really know how to manage that. I don't think that that's the case in these workouts. I think there's some workouts here where he can look at him and he's licking his chops and he's like, okay, I might not be the best at this, but there's nothing here that's going to slow me down. So he's got an opportunity to build some confidence early in the week. If you noticed on the picks that John was making, he had him in the top 5 on events 1, 2, 3, and 4. He didn't have him on the top 5 on the next 2 events. But if you're a guy like that who's coming off of this total high and then this total low at the games, and you start the week out really well, this could end up being a great weekend for Jason.
Bam. Did we go over? That was great. I think you made it so he'll want to come on the show again. You saved it. Did we pick women for the chipper?
Yeah.
Give me those one more time. Did you had Tia, Krista, Laura? No. Who'd you have?
Well, I think John gave his picks. He had Tia, Haley, Carrie, Mal, O'Brien, and Amanda Barnhart.
Okay. I see here.
And you had Ariel Lowen and Carolyn Prevost and Emily Rolfe.
Hey, can you pull Matt? Can you pull up that picture of the female athletes? It's on the Rogue website. It says confirmed competitors, and scroll down to the females and zoom in on Ariel Lowen. Her like lat, armpit, bicep. I mean,
yeah, I thought you were going to say something nice about her smile or something.
She makes Carrie Pierce look like Carrie Pierce needs to work out. I cannot believe who took this picture. Is this just like a freak moment in time? If you click on Ariel Lowen, does she get bigger? No. Damn. Can you zoom in on that? By any chance? Like hit the plus button on the keyboard. Can you guys see those shoulders?
Yeah, that's a
girl who just went to the semifinals because she wanted to sign with her name on it. Like, come on, man. Crazy.
No, she's been doing this a long time, and she's I think that as far as women go, I think she might have had the most impressive season of anyone relative to expectations.
Man or woman?
Women.
Because
I would say the Guy getting 7th at the games was like more unexpected.
Right. Are all these people coming to win, or is this a tune-up, or is this like something I don't know what it is?
They should be. As much money is being handed out.
I honestly, I think that there's different different approaches that each athlete will have coming into this. But I think there are a fair number of them that are, preparing for this as the signature off-season event for their season.
Stephen Plyler says Justin's not getting much love for being the guy to beat right now. I agree. I don't even know what that means by that. I mean, I don't think that's intentional, but yeah, he didn't get much love at all.
It's it's kind of like BKG, a lot of times BKG doesn't get a lot of the loves and the shout out. Yeah, we really high on him for the chipper because we know he's really good in that style of workout. But Medeiros is, if you look at his results at the games, there were just a ton of 5th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 7th, 6th, 3rd, 2nd. We know he only won the one event. He had a couple other top 3 finishes, but we're talking about who can be the winner of each of these events. And I don't think there's a lot of events here he's going to win outright, but that doesn't mean that come the end of the weekend, he can't be right up there in the mix.
I mean, Brian's got him 2nd overall and I have him 3rd overall. So in totality, we are giving him love. I mean, I guess not enough since he is the guy to beat, but.
Well, is he the guy to beat? He's the defending champion from the games, but I haven't seen him beat Vellner in a format like this yet.
Oh, here we go. Now this is where the show gets controversial. Jesus criminy.
We talked about this before. We talked.
Yeah.
about this
No,
before.
I mean, I'm sorry, Sevan. I agree with him about this.
Yes.
Sevan, do you
So-
want to hear our speculations about Event 7 before we go?
Yeah, but let's hit that just a little bit more about this. I do want to hear. So he's never beat Vellner in a what competition? What's this? I just saw him beat him at the games, handedly.
Right.
At the end, just fucking mopped him up, made him think he had a chance, and then just fucking spanked him.
7 events that are all CrossFit and none are specialty. He's never beat him in anything like that.
And they haven't really competed against each other in this kind of format before. You could say,
What do you
stage
mean?
one-
What format?
This is a 7-event competition over 3 days. So it's a
Okay.
regional style. They never did a regionals together. Maybe there's a cross regional comparison, but I don't put a lot of stock in that because there's different variables. They never really did any of the sanctionals together. They were supposed to do the West Coast Classic, but it got canceled. And when Vellner's done these
What
competitions,
happened? Did someone say something racist? Why did it get canceled?
COVID.
Someone tweeted something when they were 13 years old and it got canceled.
Yes, that was it.
All right, good.
I didn't know you were paying so much attention to the details,
I
Sevan.
was.
No, and we know Vellner's track record in these kinds of competitions. Second to Fraser at Rogue, first at Rogue when he wasn't there. First at Wadapalooza both years, and second to Fikowski in Dubai.
He's never lost to anybody that's in this competition.
Except
in this type of format.
Ooh, I like it.
Ever.
So I like it that you guys are telling this because this is the reason to watch the event. 2 reasons. One, to watch Tia just fucking put on a clinic. And we need some hype. We need some hype around the dudes. Okay, so that is what to watch. And do you think both Medeiros and Vellner are aware of that? Do you think Vellner that he keeps what you guys are saying in his head, like, hey, I have the killer instinct. I can beat this dude. I'm better than this dude.
I think if you asked Vellner and he didn't, and he was being honest with you, he would say that in this format he thinks he's the favorite.
Awesome. Saxon Panchik is going to be a serious threat. I think we all agree with that. Are the guys revealing their final overall podium results tonight? We did that on another show, but I think they could give you the top 5 if you wanted. And then the final comment from Dai Lee, hope Hopper shows up and not Flopper. Dai Lee, 20 burpees. 20 fucking burpees for that shit.
I'll do 10 of them for you, Dai Lee.
Burpees, Dai Lee. Okay, who do you guys got?
He
for
gets
over?
19th again. I think you should call him Jason Flopper every time he's on the podcast. The whole time.
I can't. He's too big.
He's
He's too big. Well, Brian? Who do you have for the men? Top 5 winning this event.
Wait, the overall competition?
Yeah, and then we'll close with guessing event 7.
I'm sticking with the same picks in the same order that I had before. Vellner, Medeiros, BKG, Saxon Panchik, Lazar Jukic.
Wow, I love it. I really hope Lazar does well. And just so you know, Travis Mayer is going to win this event, but that's my pick. Okay, go ahead, John. Who do you have for the men?
I have Vellner, BKG, Medeiros, Hopper, and then Jeffrey Adler.
Okay, and the women, Brian?
I think I like my picks here too. I'll stick with them. Tia, Laura Horvat, Gary Pierce, Gabby McGowan, Annie Thorzetter. I might move up Annie one, and I might want to swap Annie and Gabby. Looking at this now,
Mr. Young.
I'm going to preface I'm going to stick with my picks, but I would like to preface it with Annie is a little bit of an emotional pick for me because the games, I was very impressed with her, and I don't want to move her down. I'm going to have faith in her, and I'm going to have Tia first, Annie second, Laura third, Carrie fourth, and then Haley Adams. Although I kind of want to move Carrie down after looking at the events. So I'm going to say Gabby Magawa fourth, and then Haley fifth.
Okay. No Mal O'Brien.
we both have her in the top 10, which is finishing top 10 in this field is great.
The thing about her is like she's going to be really good at some events, but then other events she could be really bad. So it's hard to justify putting her
And I think that the counter, she's like the opposite of what you said about Hopper. Like the fact that there are 3 separate machine workouts, I don't think that's the best thing for her.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Event number 7, the final event, happens at 1:25 p.m. Central Time. What do you guys think?
Well, we both think that the same movement is going to show up almost for sure, which is going to be some kind of snatch. I think that Rogue would be foolish to have an entire competition without a single dumbbell in it, just from a marketing standpoint. So I'm expecting heavy dumbbell squat snatches paired with something else.
Wow, look at these webcam girls that popped up in our chat. Oh, never mind, they're gone. Is that spam, Souza? Sorry, dumbbells for marketing. As soon as you said marketing, porn popped up in our chat. Hey, Brian, why not do a max dumbbell snatch? Has anyone ever done that?
No, the heaviest dumbbell snatch we've seen in competition was a Mayhem Classic where they had 100 and then 110 and then 120-pound dumbbell snatches. Rich Froning helped program this competition. He loves the dumbbell snatch. So I think that we're going to
dumbbell snatches. Yeah.
So I think that we're going to see something like, I originally, when I first saw the programming, I forgot that there were those step overs. I thought we might see something like 963 42-inch box jump overs and dumbbell squat snatches at 110 pounds. But then I thought, oh, they already used a box. So I don't know what the other implement might be.
Handstand walking?
Maybe, but we have gone overhead quite a bit. Double unders, some kind of lunge. I don't know. But I think that there's going to be a heavy dumbbell snatch in the finale.
Also, I would, damn, if I can find a picture. It's a photographer's dream, the dumbbell snatch.
Is it unbuyable?
It's unbuyable. It is crazy. There were some insane photos that people have captured, including myself, of Rich, Kenny Leverich, Josh Bridges. That year they did the dumbbell snatches in Del Mar. The lighting was amazing. They were coming down the whole length of the stadium. I love that. I like that. What do you think, John? Dumbbell snatch? That's your guess, Brian? Dumbbell snatch?
I think heavy dumbbell snatches as part of a couplet. That's my prediction for the finale.
I mean, I originally said a snatch speed ladder because they did a clean speed ladder. Well, it was like a clean pyramid. I'd like 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. I could see them doing that with snatches just because it'd be a nice way to end it. It's a nice race. So a snatch pyramid race. But Rich wasn't programming that one. Am I correct in saying that, Brian?
I think that was Josh and Chris, and this one's Chris
right.
and Rich.
So since it is Rich, I kind of agree with Brian. I think he brings up a lot of good points, but just a snatch of some sort, I think has to be in there.
Someone said, Jeff Birchfield says, Rich helped program and he's competing.
Well, the Legends is not really, the Legends are not doing these workouts. They're doing some variations of these workouts, I think. They actually are doing that's interesting. Huh. It says that they're doing the thruster calorie bike workout as male-female pairs in a relay style event. And it says that they're doing event 1 as a relay, male, female pairs. What is going on?
I can't believe they picked that one.
Anyway, this is, Anyway, this is not, the Legends competition is a showcase. It's not like they're winning any prize money or anything like that. And Rich and Chris programmed the competition for the individual athletes.
Is it okay? Is this is it like the All-Star game, or is it like the slam dunk contest? I mean, so the Legends thing is really just watch them go.
Yeah, I mean, when else are you going to get those
it's nostalgia.
7 women and those 9 men on the competition floor again?
I can't believe Miko is going to be there.
Exactly. You need to see Miko,
Josh Everett. That's crazy. Tanya Wagner. All right, cool. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I mean, I think it's going to be a great competition. This is the programming is very much in line of what we'd expect from Rogue. We talked about it last time. And it does. I think that there's enough variance in the events where we will get to see different people kind of shine on different workouts. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with the programming to the effect that we're going to miss out on having the people we expect towards the top. It's a little light on the gymnastics, which can be detrimental to a couple people, but we've always known that you got to be strong to be good in CrossFit, and that's certainly true for Rogue.
What would you like to see when you say light on gymnastics? Pistols?
No. I mean, there's not there are gymnastics here. There are rope climbs, and we talked about that could be the deciding factor for a couple of the athletes. But there's a lot of other stuff going on around them. And then we talked about with the chipper, the strict handstand push-ups and the ring muscle-ups. The sets are moderate. They're not huge. And there's a ton of other work before and after that with an opportunity for them to just be less important than they could be in a workout like Amanda 45, which if or a version of that where the muscle-ups carry a little bit more weight.
John, any final thoughts on this before I ask the final question?
Well, Rogue's always been a little bit strength biased in every single event they do. I think people can expect that when they sign up for it. I feel like Haley knew that when she signed up for it when we talked about it. So I don't think it's any surprise that there's a little bit of lack of gymnastics. But I agree with Brian. I think it should be a really good event and look forward to watching it.
And this is a question from from Dennis Olari. By the way, Kratos, your profile picture looks like you've done acid in your life. I'm just saying, like I'm prejudiced and I judge people, and that's like how I judge your profile. I like it, but I just think you smoke weed and do acid, and you have tapestries hanging in your house. Dennis Olari says, could Rich win the Rogue Invitational based off the programming? If Rich was in this, would he win this? Can he beat Justin Medeiros, BKG?
That's not who he has to beat to win.
No. Patrick Vellner.
There you go. No.
I think Rich. I don't think that he would win if he was in the competition.
He'd have a fair shot, though.
I think didn't someone say he might podium, but he probably wouldn't win? I could see him podiuming, but not winning.
I agree.
Yeah, he can't beat Travis Mayer.
Yeah, I'd slide him in there third, right behind Mayer and Mertens.
Charles Grames the fourth. Too much acid, Sevan. Is that what made that person's profile look like that? All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you. I have a show tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. It's gonna be a doozy. It's with a PhD in something. Some biology. I forget. I got to go do my research, but it's going to be a doozy.